everyone to Love Bats in the Belfry. I'm Kelly.
I'm Brett. This is another episode of Creepy Coffee and Conversation. So we just went and saw It Chapter 2. So welcome back to Derry, where everyone is an asshole.
Everyone.
Everyone. But I think that's Stephen King's type of material. Yeah. Stephen King characters are a little over the top with their
assholeness.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kelly.
Yeah?
Did you like It Chapter 2?
First of all, cheers.
Coffee cheers. This is Creepy Coffee and Conversation.
There we go.
Yeah. So, Kelly.
Liquid gold. So you're going to ask me if I recommend it? Nope, you're going to ask me if I like it.
Did you like It Chapter 2?
I did. Much more than you.
I did like it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that's just like, that could have been better, but overall it is a very enjoyable movie. It's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. It's almost 3 hours long for It Chapter 2.
It's really long.
This guy is falling all over the place.
Oh, and Franco was in the movie, everyone.
Yeah, so this is we'll just spoil it. This is going to be full spoilers for this movie, but I guess it's a spoiler, but there's a Pomeranian in this movie.
In the film, it's so cute.
Yeah, Franco starred in this movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and put him down, because he's acting insane.
He might want to jump up on you.
Okay. He needs to relax a little bit.
He was like slowly falling.
He fell twice in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's down there. Yeah, overall, it was very enjoyable. This is just how I feel about the concept of it. To me, it's just I have very mixed feelings. The form of it, obviously it's shown as a clown. The final, or the true form of it just comes as a spider. I don't know, I just feel like it's a very mixed bag, and it's like it feeds off of fear, so that's why it mostly eats children. Just a lot of the concept of both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, I noticed it's just like they're alone, and then so you just have a close call with Pennywise. It's mostly just to the point where in It Chapter 2 where it was getting old with the sequences, at least to me, and that was an issue I had with the movie. Also, concept of Pennywise and how he kills people, it's like, I feel like he would have killed these characters way long ago, but that's just, I guess, being too nitpicky. I'll just leave it at that. So I'll just say the concept of it, I'm not too wild about. Because we've never read this story, we'll just base the movie on just the movie.
You mean you'll base your opinion
I'll base the opinion of what I think of the movie just on the movie itself.
Okay. It starts off with Mike calling the rest of the kids, which are now adults, because it has come back, and they made a promise to each other that they were going to defeat him if he did come back.
If it ever comes back, yeah.
So they all come back to Derry. The point of the movie was basically like playing out like each person individually getting, what did they call it? An artifact?
Yeah, of basically theirs. They all buried it individually in certain spots of Derry.
Yeah, and Mike has this plan that he has stolen this. It looks like a freaking lampshade. I don't even know what it is.
It's an artifact. It's an artifact of some kind, but it looks like a lampshade.
And it's like
with a bunch of like carvings on it.
Right. This really old like piece of something. So it's like the piece of the story of where it originated from and how these like really old Native Americans kind of like defeated him.
Yeah, tried to defeat him, basically.
So he believes that if every person can get an artifact of their own, then everyone can kind of bring them together, and that's how they're going to begin overtaking it. For real.
Yeah, for real. Like, to actually put an end to Pennywise.
So the majority of the movie is each person individually going out to get their artifact. And so each person experiences Pennywise kind of face to face in some form or another.
Yeah, kind of like It Chapter 1, but, you know, them as adults.
Yeah.
Did you like It Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 more? And we just saw Chapter 2, so this may be a dumb question to ask you just now.
Yeah, I think I liked... Ooh. We literally just got home from watching chapter 2. Wanna say right now, chapter 2.
Oh, okay. I was going to go the opposite spectrum.
You like chapter 1 better?
Because this movie's very big. It's a long movie. It's nearly 3 hours long. Chapter 2 is. Chapter 1, I feel like, was just, as a structure, it was overall just more polished and more well put together. But there's a lot of stuff in chapter 2 that I really liked. I really enjoyed the finale. The Your Hair is Winter Fire. I can't do it. I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry.
They talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Some of them were good. Some of them were better than others.
Yeah. The visual effects, obviously there was a lot of CGI in this. So when they first reunite and they're in the Chinese restaurant, there is a little like teaser scene like that. A lot of CGI. It was stupid to me. I just didn't care how it looked, or it was just all these
really silly.
It looked way too silly, and like there's a number of parts like that throughout the movie where it's like how overly CGI it is, and it's like you see it like close up, and then you see the whole thing just out in the open, and it's not scary to me.
Yeah.
But maybe we're the wrong people because we watch scary movies all the time. I don't know what's considered scary for people anymore.
I don't know. I feel like it was like pretty laugh worthy. Like most people just saw it as
A lot of
something
people
funny.
were kind of laughing it off.
Yeah, it wasn't really scary at all.
Yeah, speaking of laughter, a lot of people were laughing a lot throughout this movie. I wasn't. There's a couple moments I chuckled and such, thanks to mostly to Bill Hader, who plays Richie. And I'll just be honest, I don't like the character of Richie that much. Up until the end, I was just like, I mean, that is his character, you know, he just has the quippy one-liners to get people to laugh, because he is like, he ends up growing up to be a comedian. But that's just me.
I liked him as an adult a lot more.
Yeah, I liked him as an adult a lot more too. But can we stop with the Your Mama jokes?
Yeah.
Please. Like, I thought that was thrown out the window long ago.
But that joke was so popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, where was I going?
But I did think Bill Hader, who played Richie, did a very good job. Like, you know, he played, you know, this funny guy, but, you know, was very human. And the cast did a good job.
They did an awesome job picking.
I was gonna say that to you. The casting, especially the older version of Ben, the fat kid. How weird was it? Like, it actually looked like you took that kid, and that was how he actually would look.
Right. Like, I feel like part of me was like, how do they do this? Like, do they, you know how like if a kid goes missing and it's been like 20 years and they're still looking for him? They kind of make like a mold of what he would look like. Is that like how they get the cast? Like, okay,
I
this
guess
has been,
so.
This is what he would look like if he was like 30 or whatever.
Yeah,
like
30s or something.
And then they put out that they're looking for someone that looks like that. Like, how does that work? Because it was on point.
I don't know, but yeah, give the casting person like 3 raises for that, because they did an amazing job.
They really did.
Yeah, like. Yeah, Ben, like the older version of him, they're like, that's seriously him older.
Right.
Like,
and it's like, not even just like cheap, like, oh, like the main character, what's her girl? Bev. Like, she just has red hair. Like, that's easy.
Yeah, that was pretty simple.
But
I mean, yeah. I mean, you had basically an all-star cast. Like, Jessica Chastain is a super popular actress. And, like, that was an easy pick, kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ben's just like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, and
awesome.
he's an actor. I've never seen him in anything.
Nah.
So, the guy who plays the adult version of Mike is in the Old Spice commercials. Isn't that hard to believe?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was like a couple Old Spice commercials of like a shirtless guy, and that's him. So it's kind of neat.
Who was my favorite character again? I can't even remember his name. The one that has asthma and is like a germaphobe.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie. I thought they did a good job picking him as well.
Yeah. Yeah, all the cast. So, what was for you like the best strength, or if you had a best part of the movie?
Well, it definitely wasn't Mullet Man coming back. I'm wondering, like, when they filmed Chapter 2, like, was it directly after Chapter 1? Because, like, the young kids were in this movie still a good amount.
Yeah, and, like, you know how fast, like, young kids
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it was pretty...
I want to say they did, but I don't know all the facts for that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, because they have flashbacks in this movie of them as kids still, like, from Chapter 1, and it's like, yeah, they still look pretty much exactly the same. So I don't know if they kind of de-aged, like what the kids look like now, like de-aged with effects or anything.
I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but I like that there were some flashbacks and.
Yeah, I like that they went back to when they were kids. Yeah, because like the 1990 like TV like tried to do that in the second part, and it was like the reason the first part was watchable was like them as kids, but the second part was like them as adults was like ooh. But the best part of 1998 was Tim Curry as Pennywise, and
kiss me, fat boy.
Yeah, so they do that in this one. Not nearly as good as Tim Curry though. Like
not nearly, but
it was
still.
just kind of subtle. And
I'm glad it was there.
Yeah, I'm glad it was there too, but. Yeah, Tim Curry's was just classic.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if you picked up on this. Well, you've only seen the movie, this particular movie only one time, but there was an homage to The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
When?
So there's a part at the end where, where Stanley, who of course, commits suicide before they all reunite. But at the end of the movie, you see Stanley, like as a kid, his head, and then it slowly starts turning into like a spider. That was, like, that particular part, that was an homage to The Thing. And then when Bill Hader says, "You gotta be fucking kidding me," that's a line when that happens in The Thing. And I'm like,
that probably made you happy.
And I'm like, damn it, this movie's winning me over now.
Yeah. I don't know. What is the strength for you besides the cast?
The finale, for sure. What?
I never care about... No, just me personally. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. But that didn't stand out.
Really?
To me, really. But I'm never,
a
finale person.
Yeah, I know you're not. But
I don't really care.
To me, that was the best part of the movie. Like, when they were just on their own, just getting their artifacts, I was just like, one character, Pennywise, scares them. Next scene, other character. Like... It was just a lot of that. Not that was a horrible thing, but it was getting kind of redundant for me. So, like, the finale was just all of them just trying to overcome, Pennywise. Like, was, yeah, definitely the best part for me. Plus, the finale felt long and wasn't, like, anticlimactic. And that's what really makes a finale fall apart. But it wasn't like that. A funny thing I noticed, I didn't notice this in It Chapter 1, but the house where Pennywise resides, it's funny, like, how gross and abandoned that house looks. Did you notice that right next to that gross abandoned house, there was a real house, literally right next to it?
Yeah.
And, like, at the end when the house starts collapsing, I'm just like, this is literally next to, like, a bunch of other houses. It was just funny to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a great double feature. When Chapter 2 ends up coming out, on DVD or Blu-ray, like, it would be great, just to watch it and then immediately watch Chapter 2. We did that with the 1990 It, with both parts. Because when we went to go see It Chapter 1, we watched all of that.
Yeah.
All of the 1990 version. Right when it finished, we went right to the theater to see It Chapter 1, the new one.
It was a long night.
It was a long day of clowns.
Yeah.
So, but... Like, obviously, It Chapter 1 and 2, watching together is great, but, like, I would totally buy if there was just, like, an ultimate cut of just, like, both movies spliced into one.
That would be...
Like, it'd be, like, almost, like, 4.5 hour, like, clown epic or something like that.
I could do that.
I could do that, too. Also, it just seemed... Sorry, I keep doing this today. But it also seemed like, just to me, that there was just, like, parts... Obviously, you want to kind of edit it down. It was already a long movie anyways. It just seemed like there was parts missing from this movie.
I didn't feel it as much until you said something.
Yeah, because there's one part where they're all kind of dealing with their own thing, and the guy from, the bully from the first movie who still is trying to bully people and like gets out of this mental institution and everything. That part, it was just like all this stuff's going on with all these other characters, and Eddie was kind of just missing, like it didn't cut to him for quite a while. And then all of a sudden he goes from one scene and then cuts to the scene, and Eddie just gets stabbed right in the face with the knife by whatever his name is. Bowers is his last name. Like, he stabs him just right in the face, and at first I thought it was like one of the Pennywise type things, like it was just an illusion.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no, wait, that's really him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like, I feel like there was like probably a lead up to that part or whatever, or just they had to be like, we gotta just kind of cut it down and trim the fat.
Condense this a little bit.
Yeah, because I feel like even when they were trying to explain some of the origins, like with Mike explaining things to Bill, I feel like there was like a lot of that. They're like, we gotta cut a lot of this out. Kind of have to just summarize it or something. Because, I think this movie could have been like, maybe 3 hours, 20 minutes probably or something. Would you recommend in Chapter 2 to people?
I for sure would.
I would too. If you saw the first one, might as well see the second one.
You kind of have to. You have to.
Yeah, you kind of have to complete it.
It's mandatory.
Yeah. Funny how the book of it is, because it's like, it is a 2-part thing of a book of them as kids and then as adults. And they split it up into 2 movies, but this is a story you could have just told as just kids destroying a clown and that was it. But it was like, it's just funny how it's written as 2 parts as one piece, but it could have just been written as just them as kids.
Mm-hmm. It was also interesting how, like, when everyone else but Mike left Derry, like, no one could remember anything.
No one remembered anything, yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
I don't know if you noticed this, but in It Chapter 1, how, like, much Mike just he just seemed very underdeveloped.
Yeah.
But in this, it was just like
all about him.
He was the glue to everything in this one.
Because he's the one that stuck around.
Yeah, so I guess it was like trying to make up for It Chapter 1, because I know a lot of people were saying how much him as a character was very underdeveloped.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it was like, no, he's holding everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah, go see It Chapter 2.
The opening scene will make you cry.
Oh. Kellee cried at the opening scene, yeah. To me, I was just like, this is a town I wouldn't want to live in.
It's awful.
Not just because of Pennywise, just because there's some terrible people who live in the fictitious town of Derry.
Yeah. Who was the guy that was killed in the Chapter 1, in the tunnel, underground? The balloon that comes up to him, it says, I love Derry, and he gets eaten down there. Mm-hmm. And then he's the one that comes to the psych ward and gives the Bowers guy the knife. Mm-hmm. Who is that?
He was just one of his like friends who just wanted to cause havoc.
I kind of liked him because of his fucked up face, and like he just like picks him up from like stabbing my dude in the face.
Stabbing Eddie.
Yeah,
he's like driving the car and just like
half a face like.
Yeah, and he like gets in. He's like.
Yeah.
And just drives off him like.
He was just a funny character.
Yeah, I like that part too.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the naked lady when Bev goes to get her artifact, that part was just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I love creepy naked old ladies in movies. Like, they're like so funny to me. But like, that was just weird.
It was just the
scene, she's just like.
Yeah, she like her face just freezes like completely.
Yeah.
And
like, see, everybody was just laughing at
everyone was laughing at that scene. It wasn't
funny.
scary. Yeah, it was just funny.
And she's like in the background, like.
Yeah, she like
okay.
Like Bev's turned around. She like walks past like just an opening where you see her, and she's like.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
And literally everyone in the theater laughed at that part.
It made me think of The Visit. I'm just saying.
Lucy! Right?
Yes. It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah,
but overall, I really, really liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I would probably get this on Blu-ray.
Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't have too many complaints about it. Obviously, this is the best, It adaptation you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. So You know, unless you watch the 1990s, if you like schlock and just bad stuff. I really like the original too. It's mostly because of Tim Curry.
Yeah.
But
he definitely made the film.
Yeah. So go see It Chapter 2. We'll see it in another 27 years for the new It remake. So you'll see us in, 27 years for another creepy coffee and conversation on It.
We'll be like,
what did you think of It? The 20?
Why do you
What
sound
does
like
that
you're
bring
from...
it to?
Why do you
What
sound
year
like
is it?
you're from us?
Oh yeah. Well, that's my old person voice anyways.
Okay.
But I'm just it sounds like I'm from the movie Us.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can cut that out because in 27 years we're not going to be shaking.
yeah, we won't be shaking. Not yet, at least.
Mm-mm.
But this has been Creepy Coffee and Conversation. My name's Brett.
I'm Kelly.
Franco's somewhere in here.
He's waiting for us to get out of this room.
Yeah. And together we are Love Bats in the Belfry. So if you've seen It Chapter 2, just let us know what you think of both It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you really enjoy our content, whether you're a returning customer or you're a new customer to Love Bats in the Belfry, just hit subscribe and hope you'll come back for a future video. And
Thank you.
there he is. So, thank you all for watching, and we will see you in a future video.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Frank.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.